You may have noticed that something looks a little different in here today, and it is a little bit different. We've changed our van.
We done what we said we was going to do in the last video.
Yeah, we was umming and ahhing, should we go for a different van? We had our eye on the Eldest CV20. And we went down and had a look at one to see if we could lay on it okay on the 2 single beds, and we could, and it was nice. The trouble with this CV20 is that these 2 chairs, they can turn round. The passenger one turns fully round, the driver's one turns 3/4 of the way round, because there's a cupboard here which is the toilet, I believe. So it hits that. So you have, basically you will just have this little area here where you could put a table, but there'll be the shower here, which would be a bit cramped. And we like the idea of having a dinette area. So we had a look at a CV40, which is a slightly different layout, in it has a smaller lounge and it has a dinette area, and it was also a 9-speed automatic.
It suits us better.
So let me show you. It has the 9-speed auto. Oh, so nice. It's got these nice plush chairs. Nice and plush. It has this very nice dinette area.
And the table also comes out, if I can remember how to do it. Ooh. There we go. So it seats four comfortably.
Yeah.
Also doubles up for extra dishing up space and putting junk on when you're cooking.
Yeah. And this is all a lot plusher than in the Weinsberg. It's very nice. Same sort of design, exactly the same. A little thin back.
A nice little reading lights up the top.
Oh yes, it has these little lights up here. Ooh, ooh, how posh is that? Same skylights as we had in the Weinsberg. Now the kitchen is a bit better. If my assistant could let me out. So we have a nice little sink unit. Oh, these rattle. This rattles as it goes along, so stuck
Right.
them on top.
No, this one's to stop it from rattling under there. This one is just to protect the glass when I'm putting things on it.
We've got a nice little 3 gas burner hob, which is one more than we had in the last one, and this one's a nice big fat one as well. It has got a proper oven, so we have an oven and a grill and some storage underneath. We've got a little bit of storage here. We have a little extension that comes out.
It's covered in grot.
And some storage down there. And it also has a microwave. So continuing down, we have a fridge. We had this fridge on, it's got a setting up here of, you see that, we had it on 4 and nothing was really cold. Fridge door wouldn't close properly. We thought there's something wrong with this fridge. Reading some of the instructions, and it says this little catch here, put it like this and it holds the door open a little bit, and that's what it was like when we picked it up. They'd left it like that and we didn't know. So for the first 2 days our fridge was open.
at the wardrobe.
Oh yeah, and it also has this wardrobe down here for putting your clothes. It's got a little clothes hanger in it as well, which is pretty rubbish because who wants to hang clothes in there? So on recommendation, we bought a little storage unit from Argos that just fits, and it's just about perfect for putting all our food in. So that's the food, and ignore the whiskey. That's the food cupboard. It has door that needs oiling and a nice little shower toilet. Slightly smaller than the Weinsberg, a little bit more cramped in it, but similar sort of design. So you've got a toilet that spins round to whatever angle you find nicer to sit your butt in. A little sink. It's got the pump type, the pumping type pump, not the electric type pump. So this one works under pressure. Oh, it would do if I turned it on. Switch on the pump, please. Can you hear that noise? Plenty of power for there for have a shower, and we've tried the shower and it's absolutely fine. The only problem we found with the shower, you have this shower curtain. It goes all the way round, only three, doesn't go down its back. So we're going to get a bit of a shower curtain to go across there that hangs down. Now this is the area we do like. This was the fixed bed in the Weinsberg. We've now got a little lounge and it's lovely. Absolutely love it. So we've got lots of storage up the top here, which we never had before. We've got more storage up here, which we didn't have in the Weinsberg. We've got these little teeny bits of storage up here, which is quite useful. What some people do actually, for what we've seen, is they buy little storage boxes that hook on here and hang over, which seems quite handy for putting all your remotes in. TV's on a bracket with a little shelf underneath where you can put all your stuff that you're charging up. USB, now that's a problem. There is none. All you've got is one, you can see it back there, is one cigarette lighter socket, and that's the only USB in the whole of the habitation area. So we've got to sort that out. It's not too bad when you're on the electric hookup because you've got two 3-pin plugs there, and we've got USB chargers plugged in there. But when you're off grid, you're not on electric hookup, it's a bit of a pain, so we've got to sort that out. Another little table that somebody had added, which was really handy. I'll show you it now from this side. So we've got some storage under here. This is all full storage. There's half storage this side and a little tiny access here. And Carol will now show you how easy it is to make the bed.
That side. That side. That one. Lined up. When done, just chuck your quilts on top of it.
That's basically it. Quilts we roll up and put behind the driver and passenger seat when not in use, and then just bring them out and chuck them on there. It is so quick to make the beds.
And this is it. Takes a little bit longer because I have to roll up the sleeping bags and the topper. It only takes 3 or 4 minutes. But we always do that after we've had our breakfast in the dinette, which you couldn't do with the CV20. You'd have to unmake the bed before you could sit and eat properly.
Yes, exactly. because there really wasn't a proper place to eat. Just that silly table at the front, which we didn't like much. Not silly table, it's just design, the way it was designed, and we just didn't like that design.
We've taken the back pieces off because we found they were just got in the way. You had to take them off every night to make the bed, so got rid of them and we don't have to ponce.
Yeah, exactly. As you can see, these little push studs on here. There's a little piece that went on the top here to raise it a little bit more. But we don't sit this way.
We had the doors closed, a pillow there, and a lounge.
Yeah. So
drinking.
So that's effectively how we sit. We want to get a little table to go here, but we also need something for storing enough shoes for a centipede that my wife likes to carry with her. So
I'm going to get a Kellogg's box ottoman. Not Kellogg's, Kellogg's.
A Kellogg's box ottoman.
I think IKEA sell them.
So like a little ottoman, and that ottoman will go perfectly down. There's a little table between us, and we can put all the shoes in it as well. So that'll be perfect.
Instead
and it'll be easy.
of the carrier bag we use now.
Instead of that carrier bag of shoes. Reversing camera and stoplight. And it's also got a Fiamma awning, which we've tested out, and it works absolutely fine. 4 ton of porridge as normal. So bedding goes behind the chairs, it's just out of the way, and as the chairs swivel and move backwards and forwards, it's easy to get them out. We're looking, we might get some duvelays, which is like a mattress and a quilt combined. Might try and get some of them. I'll see what they like, do a bit of research on them, and that'd be about the same size, but it'd probably be a little bit more comfortable. So, because we're not the daintiest of eaters, we actually have a couple of
evening snacking and having beers.
Yeah, so we have some throws that we put on it just to stop us from slopping everything on it.
Well, it will soak up most of it before it goes into the chairs. Because he's got a habit of throwing his beers everywhere.
That's not true. It's only when I fall over. The 9-speed automatic drives so nice.
And this is how we have it for sitting in the evening.
So, pillows are in use, and it turns it into a nice little loungy area. It's really nice and comfortable. Now the Winesburg was comfortable. We enjoyed that, because you'd be sitting on these captain chairs, which are quite comfortable, and put our feet up on a couple of little stools and sat and watched the TV, which we had on the we had the little shelf my brother made for me, as you've seen. In this one, the sliding door is on the UK side, so it's opposite to the driver's side. Winesburg, it was on the same side as the driver's side. That means that we can actually reverse into a pitch like everybody else, rather than going in nose first. And it means the lead reach is a bit easier for the electric hookup and such like.
All I need is my whiskey.
So Carol,
all I need is the whiskey now.
the Carol was nicely relaxed and ready to watch the telly.
Read my book.
Read a book, watch the telly, and
more lights up here as well.
Oh yeah.
And then move around to whatever position you want. Oh,
they only.
Myself.
Oh, and it's got. God, that come out loud. Oh, and it's got. The lighting is actually up here, which is very subtle and nice. Look at that. That's very nice. Very posh. There's a little light there which is for the cooking, and two under there, that's the cooking lights. And on here we've also got these lightings. This is the Luton, or affectionately known as the Ramit. If you don't know where to put it, you ram it up there. Heating's good. We've given it a try. Heating is by gas or electric. We have 25 litres of onboard gas underneath in a tank, so we can just go in any garage that's got LPG and fill up. We have a awning light. Woohoo! And then the normal, that's the water, that's the battery, on off, water pump, on off for the main lights. This one here is for the central heating, gas or electric, and that one there is for the hot water, gas or electric, or both. So overall, very, very pleased with the new van. And we've been here now for almost a week, and 5 nights, and we've been out once. The rest of the time we've just lazed here.
Well, it's been so wet and groggy, you can't walk anywhere. All the English heritage sites are under restoration in this area, which is a bit of a pain.
So we've just
lazed about.
we just lazed about and enjoyed the van. It's really nice. Sat there and done my crosswords.
Done my swimming.
And of course built up a list as long as your arm of all the things we need to put on it, all the things we need to change, all the bits we need to buy, more expense. Oh, and the final thing to point out is it has an electric step, so we don't have to carry steps anymore. Oh, you wouldn't believe how much of a pain they are. The only place we found the best place to carry it was in the back, in the garage of the Weinsberg. So every time you wanted it, it was in the garage, so I had to leap out without a step to get it, to set it up for Carol, so she did have a step, and that was a pain. And this one is all nice and electric, and apparently if we forget to put it in, it pulls in automatic when you start the engine. Not actually tried that yet. Apart from that, it's very similar to the Weinsberg. Sliding door, windows, dinette.
Instead of flying it.
Oh yeah, dinette, flynet. It's got a flynet here. I won't pull it out. There's a little bit of problem with the runner at the bottom. It can sometimes pop out, and so it needs a good clean. It needs a good oiling, and there's also a little metal adapter that you can get that just screws in and it stops it from popping out. So we should do that before we start using it properly. There's not many flies about at the moment, so it's fine without it. So
coffee instead of whiskey.
It's really got whiskey in it.
Well, it's the same colour. It's brown. It's black.
So overall, very pleased with the van. It was a good buy. As said, the 9-speed auto is very smooth. It has 3 settings on it. You have an eco setting, which I've had on a lot of the time. It's fine. It tries holding the top gears as long as possible. The only trouble is when you come to a hill, as you go up the hill, we put more and more excuse me, voice is going. It looks like you're driving through treacle. It's going slow and slow. But it's got the little Tiptronic on it, so you can flick it over and change the gears manually, which is great. Or you push your foot down a little bit harder, and it changes down anyway. Or you've got normal mode. Normal mode's absolutely excellent for driving. It's really nice. And then you've got sports mode, which I used once for overtaking a tractor. Well, you have to try these things. Put it in sports mode, hammer past of a tractor going about 5 miles an hour. But you have to do these things, you have to play. And it all worked absolutely fine. But eco mode is good for keeping it in high gear all the time. And although you accelerate a bit slower, it's fine. And we're getting, overall, we've done nearly 350 miles, haven't we? We've done a trip down to, or we brought it back from Rye, which was about 45 miles, something like that. Then we went to Herne Bay and back, which was probably a round trip of about 100-ish miles. And then we've driven now up to Cleethorpes. Excuse me. So all told, we've done about 350 miles now, and we're averaging just over 35 to the gallon according to the stats on the onboard computer, which is pretty darn good for an auto. 35.5 it was showing. In fact, we was running at 36 for ages, then we hit a couple of hills. So I'm very pleased with that. You go on the forums and it's all doom and gloom. I'm getting like 10 miles an hour, 10 miles per gallon, you know, that sort of stuff. But no, it's absolutely fine. So at 35, we was averaging in the Weinsberg over several trips, including some going around Yorkshire, which was quite hilly. We was averaging 34 on that. So to get 35 is better, a lot better than I thought. I thought I'd be getting around about 30s. So I'm very happy with that. So that's our new purchase, and we are now officially skint. We spent a lot and got a penny left. There's a few things we need to buy, but they'll have to wait because we haven't got any money. We can't even afford to buy a waste paper bin. We want to get a collapsible one, so we can store it easy. We're not in use and pop it up when we want to use it, and put in a rubbish bag liner in it. But we can't even afford that. In fact, I can't even afford any coffee. I'm going to sit here while I might drink the last of the coffee.
You don't like coffee.
Shh, don't spoil a good story.
I have to.
So this is our new van. Speak later.